Uh, John King, I mean, you've heard a lot of vice presidential nominees' speeches. What did you make of this one?
Well, let's start with the most important fact. There is nothing in American political history that says a vice president actually makes a difference come election day. People vote for president. You can scour the books, you can scour the data, and you will find no compelling case that any nominee for vice president ever has been the factor in making a difference come election day. However, they can hurt. He didn't do anything to hurt them tonight. He gave a very compelling speech. We can argue about the policy. That's what debates are about. He told a very compelling story, the forgotten part, where he's from and where he will be. Look, the people of Erie, Pennsylvania, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Oshkosh, Wisconsin are going to see a lot of J.D. Vance. And he's going to talk about growing up in Middletown. His family grew up in Kentucky. He grew up in Middletown, which was once an industrial town along there was a canal that ran all the way up the side of Ohio. In the old days, that's where the jobs were. They're all people who worked with their hands, manufacturing jobs. You can go to a lot of those communities across America. Main Street is nothing anymore. And he knows that. He can tell that story. And you find those places in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, and Wisconsin. So he's a very compelling campaigner. We're going to see him on local TV markets and all those places forever. So he's a good ad. I don't want to overstate the idea that he's going to make any huge difference because there's no history.
Can I just say something about the... I mean, you're absolutely right about his story, which is compelling, which makes you wonder why his story wasn't his entry point into this speech. This speech had, 4 or 5 pages of paeans to Donald Trump and his courage and all of that. And I actually was really disappointed. This guy wrote a great book, a great memoir that was moving and filled with stories that told a larger story about the struggles of people. And I was really expecting him to be a great storyteller tonight and really enrapture people.
This is what you're seeing with somebody who's been on the political scene for less than 2 years now. It's a work in progress, I think is the best way to describe it.
It's also the price of admission to a Trump event, as you say, a lot of nice things about Trump.
The speech was upside down. He should have started with the best part, which is his life, his memoir. That story was what lit up this audience. The rest of it kind of fell a little bit flat. But look, I don't think Trump picked him because he was a really great speaker, somebody who could liven up this room. He picked him because he had the right message and the right biography and probably wasn't going to upstage him. And I think he did probably all of those things tonight.
I mean, look, so J.D. Vance isn't going to be a Vegas act. That's okay. He needs to be vice president. He doesn't need to overshadow Donald Trump. I was listening.
Well, then mission accomplished.
I was listening to the song they played when he finished. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. So now they got Bill Clinton's song, and increasingly they have Bill Clinton's voters. The people who are gravitating to this ticket are the same people who voted, that working class base voted for Bill Clinton in the 90s. They largely gravitated to the Republicans over cultural issues, and now Vance and Trump are going to give him the economic agenda to go with it, a couple of issues. I think the riff on the 7 generations who built things and made things, I thought that was effective, and that will resonate in the kinds of areas where he's going to campaign. And I loved the homage to his mother, clean and sober for 10 years. That was a powerful moment, and that is an issue that every family in this country, some way, somehow, is dealing with.
Including the Biden family, by the way.
I was going to say, look, when J.D. Vance was strongest out there, he was talking about his mom, his grandmother, his mother. He was relating. He was being human. That's what he was the most, when he was giving the kind of the raw meat to the base. Kind of an off message. It really wasn't. He wasn't his best. I'd like to hear him talk more about his Marine Corps experience. He'll be the first Marine Corps veteran on any major party ticket, which is something in a country that has lots of military veterans.
I think he put a very friendly face on a pretty disturbing agenda. The good parts of his agenda, I could tell him, guess what? You don't have to run for vice president for the good part of your agenda. You can just vote for Joe Biden. He's talking about supply chains. Joe Biden passed a bill called the CHIPS Act that takes care of that and moves in the right direction without his support. He's talking about being not buying energy from people that don't like us. We're a net energy exporter. He's talking about manufacturing. The manufacturing peak under Biden is higher than the peak under Trump. So if he wants his policy agenda, he can just stay home and vote for Joe Biden.
Hey, Joe Biden might not be the candidate by tomorrow morning.
So. But that's not the problem with the speech. The problem with the speech is he's putting a very friendly face on a very selfish and narrow vision of what America is supposed to be. And unlike Trump, who is an intuitive, impulsive, instinctive nationalist, this is an ideological nationalist. That is a very different strain of the virus. He can sell this stuff to Silicon Valley, Wall Street, and normal people, but his vision will make America smaller, more narrow, and weaker. And that's the problem.
But what Dana said earlier is actually true. His economic agenda sounded just like Bernie Sanders. Not Bill Clinton, but Bernie
and it's
Sanders.
Fascinating
the problem is that Donald Trump's program as president was very much a Wall Street-oriented program. It wasn't a populist agenda.
Well, that's why it's fascinating. I mean, if there is a Trump-Vance administration, the FTC is going to look just like it does now with Lina Khan running it. She's actually an ally of J.D. Vance. But can I say, as this speech is going on, the person I was watching was not always J.D. Vance, but Donald Trump. Because I think the understated part of what Mike Pence did for 4 years was how he navigated an incredibly challenging president to work with. I mean, ask half the cabinet. And when he had started out with everything he was saying about Donald Trump, you kind of have to do that if you work for Donald Trump. That is not just happening at the convention. That is going to be his role over the next 4 years.
I want to bring in CNN fact checker, senior reporter Daniel Dale, who's been listening to all of tonight's speech. Daniel, what stood out to you?
Anderson, tonight was a fact-check doozy, a whole lot of false and misleading claims. I want to start with the claim that J.D. Vance made in his speech. He strongly suggested that, in contrast to Joe Biden, Donald Trump opposed the invasion of Iraq. Listen.
When I was a senior in high school, that same Joe Biden supported the disastrous invasion of Iraq. Somehow, a real estate developer from New York City by the name of Donald J. Trump was right on all of these issues while Biden was wrong.
This claim is highly misleading at best. In reality, Donald Trump was supportive of the invasion of Iraq. When he was asked 6 months before the invasion by Howard Stern whether he was for an invasion, he said, quote, "Yeah, I guess so. I wish the first time it was done correctly." Then 2 months before the invasion, he said on Fox News that President Bush, and this is a direct quote, has either got to do something or not do something, perhaps. Not the words of an explicit opponent. Now, he did become an opponent of the war in 2004, but Vance's suggestion that Trump was on the opposite side of Biden on the question of starting the war, that Trump got this invasion question right while Biden was wrong, and that's just not true. And that was not, Anderson, the only assertion tonight that was misleading or flat wrong, and I'll give you just some of them. A former Trump advisor, Peter Navarro, who's fresh out of prison, falsely claimed Jack Smith prosecuted him. Smith did not. A Florida Congressman, Mike Waltz, mocked Biden for allegedly being focused on building electric tanks. That is pure fiction. Biden has made no push for electric tanks, though the Army does want some other vehicles to be electrified. Various speakers depicted a country with rampant crime and violence without acknowledging that violent crime is now lower than it was in Donald Trump's last year in office, 2020. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich said Trump orchestrated an orderly end to the war in Afghanistan. Trump didn't actually orchestrate a withdrawal at all. Gingrich also claimed no U.S. soldier was killed in nearly 2 years there. There was not any 2-year period under Trump when 0 U.S. troops were killed in Afghanistan. And finally, conservative commentator Kimberly Guilfoyle, Donald Trump Jr.'s fiancée, declared that Trump handed Joe Biden a booming economy. You might remember what things were actually like in January 2021. The unemployment rate was 6.4%. Anderson?
Daniel Dale, thanks very